It's Kevin, Gamertag Magin. I'm bringing you a game of free-for-all radiation. I'm using the PM63 for the most part. Later, once I go on my streak, I do pick up some dudes, Silence Galil, but I try to use the PM63, and I kept fucking up this class and leaving the camera spike on there, which in general I think sucks, but it does help me get my streaks going in this game, so it does work out well for me. Now, my goal was to get a free-for-all where I get my Blackbird, Chopper Gunner, and dogs and go to town on people. And while in this game I do end up getting the Chopper Gunner for all the things that are all my kill streaks, it doesn't really work out for me because Radiation's such a big map. And there's a lot of good places to hide from the Chopper Gunner and from the dogs. Here I think I'm going to keep around this area. I get into a couple of fights with this dude who's using the Spaz, which is my preferred shotgun in the game. And he does do some work on me, even though I kind of know where he is, just because the right there, poor decision to reload and I get killed. My poor decisions to reload are a large portion of my deaths. Well, not a large portion, but they're a decent portion of my deaths in this game. And this class that I have set up is really not ideal for playing free-for-all at all because of the Tomahawk. I feel like having a real grenade is always better, and the camera spike is probably not the best equipment. And really, the PM63 isn't a good gun. Like, I enjoy it, and I can do well with it for the most part, but it's really limiting what you can do by throwing on this kind of gun, especially in a free-for-all game. But I do manage to get out the win, but it doesn't go quickly like I'd hoped. Like, I really wanted to bang out a quick free-for-all, getting all of my kill streaks and destroying people, but a lot of the times I don't have a lot of luck with my dogs and my Chopper Gunner at the same time. Like, neither one of them does a whole lot of damage in this game. And here I have trouble getting up this stairway, or getting in through the window to get up the building, the stairway. But once I got it down, it's all good. And I'm going to set up shop in this building and camp the fuck out of it to get my kill streaks, which I feel bad about, but running around this map because it's so goddamn big just does not work for me, especially not when I'm using the PM63. So there I get the first guy, because he's got ghosts, so he's all like, oh, nobody sees me on the radar. But I've got that pimp shit, the camera spike there, and then I set up again. So I think I accidentally picked it up trying to grab his Galil. So since I'm making this video, I'm back on the internet at my new apartment, and it's going to take some getting used to for me to play in this game because the internet connection is nowhere near as good here. Now it's like I had a 18 down or so. Now I've got like a 0.6, so that's going to be bad. There, my camera spike got me a few more kills. Plus, I laid prone like a bitch once I got stunned. Which really, when you get stunned, laying prone is probably your best bet. And luckily I had a silence gun, so I also managed to pick up the second guy who's running up there behind him. And this is probably isn't the best camping spot in Radiation free-for-all, since it's kind of a low traffic area. The preferred one would probably be the kind of exposed area on the other side of the map. That's the same kind of area. It's just got more overlook into the middle of the map. Thankfully that camera spike let me see that guy while I'm in the middle of this long-range duel with this dude, and then I pick him off. And that, I don't know how I survived that. Just got lucky, had better cover, you know, the high ground, so that's always going to help. And I managed to survive to pick those people off. And now, since I know I'm getting jammed, I just sit there and stare right at the window waiting for the dude who threw that shit down to come through and get shot in the face. And there you see the another disadvantage of the Spaz, and I think all the shotguns, is that they stick out really far. So, like, his gun was sticking way through that window even before he came through. Now that I got the Blackbird, I feel confident about going back to my PM63. Because, you know, now it really doesn't matter, because now I can move fast and I know where they are, and it's not a disadvantage anymore. And I'm gonna do some work. Because, you know, I got the Blackbird up, so I've got to. So, like, I played a little bit today with my new connection, but I also have my brother's HD TV, which is, he doesn't have the HD quartz for yet, so it's kind of blurry, and I wasn't completely sober while playing. So we'll see later how well that actually works out for me when I'm more cognizant of what I'm doing. Plus, I haven't played in like a week, so there's a lot of excuses to be a little rusty in this game for me. Also, I was running around with my dual-wield scorpions a lot, so that never helps. So I think in this chopper gunner I managed to get like 5 kills, which, I don't know, it's not really bad, but it's really not like dominating the game either. But I do, you know, control the ground, and I do take a pretty good lead, so I don't have to really worry about losing the game, and I don't have to switch out of my PM63 class. I can keep using that gun and still have a good chance at winning the game. What helped was there was the winning a free-for-all game contract the day before, and I just didn't get it the day before because I was playing free-for-alls and got into a group of people and was playing that. And then I jumped into the free-for-all the next day with that contract, but you don't no longer have to worry about all the people who are good being in there just to get the contract. So now you've just got the normal people who kind of play free-for-all and aren't really good players. So I can run around with a class that's not awesome. You know, I don't have to worry about, I don't need to use a FAMAS or one of the other assault rifles. You know, when I complain about the PM63, it's not really any worse than any other SMG. They're all fairly weak except for the 74. Well, the MP5's not weak, it's just got some wicked recoil, and the MPL just has that crazy fucking sights. And there I get killed by some nice, a nicely placed Claymore, which, you know, it's a good spot for it to be, and if I really thought, I probably wouldn't have ran into that building beforehand. And with Scavenger and Flashbangs, I should be throwing them into doorways that I know somebody probably put a goddamn Claymore there, because it just makes sense. But, you know, just once you get in the zone, like I had a nice kill streak going there with just my gun, and you just kind of forget about the basics and playing safe and being smart. You're just so excited about trying to there I failed with the tomahawk, but thankfully that makes no noise, so I can shoot him in the back with my gun. Here I follow the jammer, so I know there's somebody in that area to the right trying to jam me, so I know there's probably a dude hanging out in that area by his equipment to pick him off. Which is always exactly with having like Scrambler on in Modern Warfare 2, the kind of disadvantage of that perk or equipment, because there's really no reason to lay down the Scrambler away from where you are. Like, it's not helping you, it's just kind of, it's really not going to hurt the enemy that much if you're not there taking advantage of the fact that they can't tell what's going on in the radar in that area. It's still, if you know what you're doing, still worth a while. There Spaz guy takes me out again because he's just got to get that one into me, and I've got to get a couple more into him with my gun. Here I start doing the smart thing, using my grenades to get the advantage. But you know, you run into 2 guys at once, and you're always going to kind of get caught off guard. Whereas getting cocky about trying to tomahawk the one dude. But luckily it spawned me close by, so I can just go kill the guy who won that fight and get some kind of joy out of that fight the way I picked it. So, yeah, the kind of part of me didn't really want to put this free-for-all out because it was kind of slow, like I was hoping for a fast free-for-all. But it is the one that I managed to do well in, and I guess it's largely because Radiation's such a huge map that it makes it difficult to run around quickly and pick everybody up, or pick up the kills you need because there's so much area for them to be running around. Like here, I don't know how the fuck that dude killed me. His dual pythons wrecked me, and I always hate the pythons killing me because they always, people dual-wielding them always seem to manage to shoot them both at once, and they both hit me in the head and kill me right away. So here we're coming up on the end of the game. We're going to get some host migration right before I get this kill. So it's kind of fucked up, but I tomahawked him exactly as I got shot by the shotgun, which is a lot of fun.